You send it in to us, or you do it. Now,
What?
you're going to be saying your command station, and you're going to be sending your, and you don't do it unless you call me ahead of time so I know to look for it. So we keep track of what's coming in. You send throttles and upgrades and your command station box. And, or you can do it yourself. Now, when I say do it yourself, there's certain things we ask. Do you know what a PLCC is? If you don't know what a PLCC is, you probably don't have the business of doing it. Because we have in our throttle, which you saw a picture of our throttle, our LH90 has a socket where that micro sits, and it's like shoved in. And so we have to have a PLCC from Radio Shack, cheap chip puller. And you go out diagonal and you lift the micro out. And anybody who goes after it with a screwdriver is going to screw their system up and screw their socket up. And it'll be a $50 mistake. Because you'll crack the socket. If you wedge anything underneath it, you'll crack it immediately. It's very tight. So all the pins are really good solid socket. You can do it. It's not, and we follow directions. I mean, we give directions. It's not rocket science. They really aren't hard. But if you do it and you screw it up, you do accept the warranty if there's any warranty costs involved. Or we do it, we send it in. What happens is people send their systems in. There'll be systems waiting for me in Chelmsford, and we do them over the weekend. We always do it on the weekend, and we get it out the following week. We send a check in. It's $60, 20 of it's shipping and handling, and we turn around very quickly with the new manuals inside. So anybody who doesn't have, I would seriously consider getting it done. But call first, so I can, why we call is so you can pace ourselves. Otherwise okay, our number is, well, my number, Tony, we're going to do the upgrade, 978-250-1494. Yeah, I'm going to be continuing the upgrades for a little bit more. And eventually, Josh will probably be taking over the job. It's not hard.
We do sell the extractor.
You even sell the extractor? Oh, okay. There you go. Right, you don't even have to go looking at Radio Shack. You can get them right here. And they're cheap, right? They're like $6. Yeah. And we just, now the other thing, the mistake people do when they do it themselves is they forget to do that last sentence. Now reset your system, because what you're doing is you're scratching. You have to understand when that EEPROM comes out, and the new one comes in, there's no database there. You know, you're starting from new. Nothing's been built up there, and so you need to erase all the memory, and it won't know a thing, and you start building your database. Now, database. I lost some of you probably. Inside your command station is a full database that's being built up as you use your system. And when you have a new upgrade, it has to start right from fresh. So you're building, so in the database there's engine 55 has non-latching F2, F5, and something. And it's, or we have to remember, with a Lenz system, we don't even care about 4-digit addresses. We could care less now because we take care of it internally. So it will tell you if it's an MU, is it 4 digits, or it'll give you just the address. We don't care if it's one digit or 4. So we don't need to worry about 2-digit, 3-digit, or an MU. It will just say it right out what it is. And that's one of the other beauties of a Lenz system, is that the system is doing some of the internal configuring of your decoder for you when you do MUing or 4-digit addressing.
But they need to break the MUs before.
Okay, yeah. And when we do say that on the top of the sheet.
Oh, but don't forget it.
Follow it step by step. One of the first things you do when you get your EEPROM and your micro is you break your MUs back to their own address. So you just take everybody back to, if it's an MU2, you take it back to, address 2285 or whatever the original address was. And upgrade has nothing effect on your decoders. That's the other confusing thing. People think that they have to reprogram decoders. No. Everything stays the same. Your system database is just being rebuilt. As you punch in the numbers, it'll start, just enter into the queue. Yes?
Like in computer systems, you can skip when Vista stinks, you can wait for the next one. And you do this with yours as well. And
People have waited. This time I kind of wouldn't.
well, yeah, I realize that there's a big change, but
Yeah, this time
you
it was a
can't
big
skip
change.
this.
Hey, one of the biggest changes is who has 3.6? Terry, you do. The recall, our old recall was 2 locomotives, escape key recall. And now we can go up to 12.
And you can determine.
And you can adjust it.
Yeah.
What do you run? 4, 5?
Yeah, 4 usually.
Yeah, yeah. So that is a feature that you probably would like to have on your LH100.
But other than not having the feature for a while, you could wait for the next one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that
yeah.
3.6 is more reliable. In some respects.
We worked on, Perry, you can talk to that, between throttles, right? When communication between throttles has been tightened up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So well, yeah, okay. We'll take. There were some things that we cleaned up that most people never saw, but we did do some timing things and things like that. You know, Lenz he's pretty picky. We don't release something unless it works. You know that. Yeah. Anything else?
Well, no, I don't have anything yet.
Huh? Well, you go right down. So if you need to know if you need an update, all you do is F9, 8. F9 gets you into SYS. SYS means system. 8 gives you your, you read it. You just read it. And that's going to give you your command station. F99 gives you the throttle. And you just read it, and if you need it, you need it. Now, is it an emergency? No. It's not, it's not an emergency. It's just it'd be nice if you had it to keep the value of your system, and you can use these, especially advanced higher CVs. Many of your ranks, decoders are real high CVs. Yes.
I mean, if I can just add one thing is that for having been a user for now 16 years, the system is still, I mean, it may not be able to be that way forever, but it is still backwards compatible to the products that I purchased back 16 years ago. And you know that it can't stay that way forever.
Yeah.
But it's a testament to, the Lenz way of doing things that they work so hard to make sure that the product maintains its value.
Right. They don't want to have people who say your friend was version 3.0 and you can bring that throttle over to a 3.6 system. We don't turn people off, because you're not up to date. There's none of that. It's just that you have limited functionality, and if you know that, you can accept that. Yeah. Rick, anything else? Okay. Yes.
Lenz makes operational decoders, correct? Without a sound component.
Yes, that's right. Operational.
I was told that the SUSE interface was to be used for sound.
Yes. This is a little bit of a problem in the U.S. market. In the European market, we have and have had decoders in the past that have had the SUSE interface as a serial something sound interface. Universal. Sound, universal, SUSI. And the SUSE's on our gold. So if you had a soundboard from Dietz or Uhlenbrock is another company, and what these soundboards are sound-only boards that marry into our gold decoder. So that means you can have uninterruptible USP sound if you happen to find, now some of them do have American sounds, but it's going to take some hunting. There are some American sounds from these companies,
Yeah,
but they're not generally brought into the U.S. market. Tony, do you know anybody who carries Uhlenbrock or?
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I can list off a few of our European dealers who are AHD. But
Yeah, no one would know it. Right.
that's what you. back home.
Oh, okay, yeah, and so what people have done is that they've imported themselves, they've, you know, gone online and ordered it from the company. And then they get both the best worlds, because then they get the gold technology in our motor drive with sound, which is a wonderful combination.
But in other words, those companies that provide a analog digital decoder with sound make Lenz operational decoders superfluous.